Hello, it's Sunday morning and it's 8:30. It is a stunningly beautiful day already, sun's out, so I'm heading to the beach and I thought I'd take you to see where the locals go. Do it the local way. We're in mid-peak season now, kids are broken up from school, everywhere will be heaving on the coast, but let's go see where I like to go. I'll take you there, see you soon. So this is where I like to park at Chapel Six Marshes. It is a paid car park during the season, but I do actually have a car park pass that I buy from the council, because I find if you get on the beach, you don't want to be watching your time. So always make sure you allow for plenty of time if you are paying by phone, because they do come and check and they do put tickets on cars. And a lot of people think because certain cars don't have tickets on that they don't need one, but those are people like me that have a pass. So just something to be aware of. Well, apologies for the rubbish photo, but that's my bag that I take with me. It's one that's a canvas. I've got a towel in there, suntan cream. I put my flip-flops in for when I'm going, and it's zipped up because the amount of times you see people on the beach looking for their sunglasses, their phone, their car keys, their cards, things that they've dropped out of pockets. So always take a bag that you can zip up. I'm not wanting to sound like my mum here, but don't drive in your flip-flops either, because the police will stop you and you do get fined for it. Just showing you here is an art installation that was put in. It's meant to enhance the sound of the sea if you stand in it, but to me it's just a great landmark for helping you find your way back to the car park. So as you can see, the beach is almost empty. The sand is warm, even the sea feels warm. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful. There are a few people with dogs and that's it, wandering around at the moment. I love where the sea hits the stones on the sand, because everything looks like a little precious jewel sparkling in the sunshine. So I've spent many happy hours wandering along, and I'm heading along the beach towards the Sea Observatory, which is where I'm going to stop and have a coffee and enjoy the view from inside there for a little while. So inside the North Sea Observatory, there is a really good cafe. They do excellent food and the best coffee. In fact, I hold them fully responsible for me having to buy my own coffee machine for home, because they sell 200 degrees coffee. They are really good baristas and they are, well, I just love going there. You can see it's got a lift up there, so you can get from their own car park there. I mean, I do sometimes park there, but I find at least if I go to the other one, it's about a mile walk, so it actually gets me out on the beach and gets me walking. This is the view from inside. It's any time of day, any time of season. It is so lovely. These great big picture windows. There's lots for the children to look at. It explains what all the container ships going by, what's in the containers, and then it talks about the birds, the history. We get a lot of twitchers coming down because we do get some quite rare birds sometimes. And when then I'll see about the one time I think that the car park at Six Marshes gets really full. But there is so much to learn about the countryside and what's around us. So it's a great place to stop. It's called Seascape. It's got its own Facebook page and I highly recommend it. On On hot days, there's nowhere better than sitting outside on the Seascape cafe deck. You can have your food out there as well, and you're in a lovely breeze, and you've got all these fabulous views. The next couple of photos are a bit blurry, but believe it or not, those are 3 swans that were going happily along, and it's the first time I've ever seen swans at the sea, and it was quite a talking point among everybody walking along the beach this morning as well. As you've probably guessed, I have a thing about the rocks and the shells and the stones. I look for the banded rocks, the ones with the bands all the way around, as we call those fairy wish stones. I look for the holes in the stones that the piddocks have made, and those we call them hag stones. Supposedly if you can see through the hole, then you can see the fae folk. And I just love looking at the formations, the fossils, all the fascinating things that you can find on the beach. There was even somebody brave enough to be out there swimming today. I thought it was a seal to begin with, but it's actually somebody's head. So it was really lovely. There was people out in some kayaks a bit further up. There is so much to see, and I see faces in stones. And here's one of the ones that the piddocks are the actual pretty little like angel wings, but they bore holes through stones, which I find fascinating. Though a lot of people think that the sea looks brown, which it means it's dirty, it's not. We've got a clay soil in Lincolnshire, and the sediment that washes down from the Humber, the type of shells and stones and rocks that break down, they all contribute to making the sea look the brown colour that it is. So once you've enjoyed an hour or two browsing up and down the beach, looking for finds, enjoying the sounds, there's nothing better than to get your towel out, sit down and just listen to those waves. And that's all you can hear. You can't hear any traffic. You've just got beautiful blue skies, just the waves in the background, and it's the most relaxing way to spend an hour or two. Well, sadly, after 3.5 hours, I had to drag myself away. I'd had a lovely morning, but I did have to stop at the farm shop on the way home. It's in a lay-by just out of Chapel, and I can highly recommend it. This is a little stone I found today. It was the one I brought home with me, and it just reminds me of this little chap here that we found. I go to this beach regularly, and me and my sister went. This is 2 weeks before Christmas, and this little chap was a bit underweight. And as you can see, what a sad little face we have here. So we called the local rescue, and he went to Natureland in Skegness, where he was very happily looked after for a couple of months and fattened up before being released again into the wild. So I've just Natureland do an amazing job in Skegness, and it's another place that is well worth visiting. But I just want to share with you here now just some photographs that I've taken through the seasons. This is the winter time. I love being there when the sea's rough. You can sit in the cafe when there's thunder and lightning. It's such a lovely place to go. And then towards the end you'll see the summer solstice, and where we can be there at 4 in the morning, watch the sunrise. So it doesn't matter when you go, you've just got this beautiful expanse of beach, these expansive skies, and it's my favourite place. So I've hoped you enjoyed seeing where the locals go.